Okay everyone, so now let's go and try to talk about the dir command. So we used this in our previous week demo, and this was able to provide us some information inside of our IE user folder. So just take note, the C here with the colon just pertains to the drive. In the graphical user interface, you will find the Windows drive C here. In our PC, if for example we go to our PC, we have the hardware that we are using, and you will find that, and that is the equivalent of this C colon letter here, character. And we have the users, IE users. These are folders that we can try to go to if we go to our drive C, and you would see we have the users folder, and we have the current folder, which is the IE user, or the IE user is the current user that we are currently logged in. And we have a public folder here. This is just simply a folder that you will be using, especially if you are in a network and your computer is connected to a network. And we have the IE user here. If I click on that, you will see we can see all of the listed items here. And we also have the date modified, the file type, which is the folder, or here in the as a directory or a folder. Okay, so now one other important thing that you will need to really be aware of is the help command. And that's why once you go and try to type help, this is going to be a very useful command for you to be able to check out the different flags or arguments that you can try to go and utilize when using a command in the command line. So we have dir here. So first is a command for help, for us to get some information, further information for the dir command. So if I run this, you would see it gave us a lot of information about that dir command. Okay, and that will be displays a list of files and subdirectories in a directory. So it gave us a definition, and it shows us some examples here with the different flags. In Linux, you might be when you use Linux, you might encounter dash rather than a forward slash, but in Windows we use the forward slash for identifying an argument, or let's say a flag. So here we can say dir plus dash a, and that will be displaying files with specified attributes. So let's say we have here forward slash b uses bare format, no heading, information, or summary. Forward slash c displays the 1000 separator in file size. This is the default used. Forward slash dash c to disable display of separator. And we have forward slash d, same as wide, but files are list sorted by column. So let's try that out. So dir forward slash d, you would see it's now in column and much organized, right? So we can try to test out some nd. What will that do? File not found. Okay, so let's try. So this is very common, especially if you're going to be, let's have D or A, D, then let's say documents, and there we go. So you would see we have used here the dir command, and we specify the attributes, and we use the another argument here, which is D. And we can see that when we run that command and we specified the directory, because this is a directory, if we have these documents here, and if we go up here, documents is a directory, and if we go back down here, it showed us the content of that directory. And if we go back to our graphical user interface here, you would see we have the following: backup test dir 1.2, backup test directory 1, and so on. Okay, and there's a disjunction to the videos, pictures, and musics. So if we go back to our documents here, so a junction is similar to a symbolic link in Linux. So it will be a pointer to a directory on the local volume. That means it's pointing to the directory pictures here, music picture, or music, pictures, and videos. So just to know the meaning of what this junction here means. Okay, so in Linux we have what we call symbolic links, and perhaps we can try to work on making one of those as we go and tackle the topic in the command line interface for Linux devices or Linux machines. So I hope you got the idea here on how to maximize the use of the help command, and we utilize the dir here, and we showcase. I would suggest that you try to read through some of the flags just to be able to familiarize yourself with the different features of a specific command that you can run. And of course, the help command is definitely going to be very useful, especially if you're not that yet familiar with some of the switches, or let's say the flags in our it says here switches may be present in the dir command environment variable. Override preset switches by prefixing any switch with a hyphen, for example. Okay, so they call this switches this forward slash here. And again, this can be a term that you might encounter if you're already working with other terminals in other machines or operating systems. Switches, flags, arguments, those are some possible terms that you may hear when you are referring to some options or parameters that you will be setting if you will be using a specific command of a command in the terminal or the command line in Windows terminal for the other machines or let's say operating systems such as Linux.